Good morning, everybody. This is Carolyn Hauser Carson with day 3 of deep healing, 9 days of deep healing and energy shifting. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our third day. Today, the theme is healing the connection to your spirit. And as I'm just going live here right now, I'm going to, good morning, Nina. Where are you from? I think you're somewhere up north, if I remember correctly. While we're getting started here, I'm just going to see if I can invite a few people. It's always a mystery how to do it, but I will figure it out. Yes. There we go. Good morning. Well, obviously I had a little bit too much time on my hands this morning. And going with the theme of healing the connection to spirit, as most of you know, I'm in Mexico today, and the Mexicans, they're all about spirit and El Spirito, and they're very spiritual and connected people. So I went into my wardrobe and adorned myself because that's what they do, right? This is not my normal and usual look, but today I'm channeling Frida Kahlo and the Mexican culture and the Spirito Sancto for our session today, and it's actually been really fun to get dressed up. Nuri is home today. He's sick, so he's going to be popping in and out probably in the background. He was like, "Mama, take this black thing off your head," and I'm like, "No, that needs to be on there. That's part of the outfit." So we disagreed on the style this morning, but I had a lot of fun getting dressed up and ready for this. We just invite a couple more people and then we will be off and running. And while I am inviting people, if you want to share with me where you are participating in from yesterday, we had a super international crowd. We had Indonesia and France and Mexico and the United States and England and all kinds of places. So it was really fun. And let's see who's going to join us this morning. Well, the Australians are still sleeping. That's okay, they can catch it later. For your information, all the replays and all the information, the schedule for the next few days can all be found on the event page, and you can find the link to the event on my personal profile. So I think those are all my announcement, and I'm gonna stop inviting people now and get back to you. Hey, good morning, Paige, thanks for watching. So we started with really connecting and healing our heart on Monday. And what's so beautiful about doing constellations is that the stuff that comes out, you couldn't make up, and it's always truth, and truth is very high vibrational, right? Anything that you want is already here. It is just a little bit above you in a reality that's a little bit higher vibrational than where we're at right now. And one of the most important things, obviously, for us to become high vibrational, be of a high vibration, lift ourselves and elevate ourselves, is to just love ourselves completely for who we are, right? I'm very not perfect. I realized this morning, part of why I don't love myself is because I'm not perfect. I didn't think I was a perfectionist, but I actually realized I am. For myself, I have this high expectation of myself to be perfect. Thanks for the compliments. I love this outfit. So just to tell you a little bit, this is from Paris. Paul and I went to our little honeymoon 2 years ago, on our little honeymoon to Paris, and found this little artsy pop-up store in an alleyway in Paris, and we bought this. The earrings are from Burlington Coat Factory. This Paul got me for my birthday, for my 40th birthday. He went and just got it and brought it home, and he has a gift of like just buying me stuff, and it fits perfectly. And then this necklace with the hearts he bought me here in Mexico at a Frida Kahlo gift shop. And this other necklace was one of the first necklaces I got for myself for one of my photo shoots, even before I met Paul. So that's the outfit today. That's all on me, aside from my 2 rings. These 2 rings, this one Paul gave me. Paul actually bought this before he met me, it's kind of like a Cinderella story. He bought this ring for his soulmate to come, and when we met, he gave this to me, I think 10 days after we met, and it's It's a ring from the 30s. One of my favorite times in history is the 30s, and it's a ring from the 30s, and it fit me perfectly. So this was my promise ring, and then my wedding ring is a platinum with white diamond, white platinum diamond, which the significance to that is, you know, for most of my life, I was always envious for all the women that had a diamond on their finger, and I never thought I was gonna have one. And Paul got the exact one that I've always dreamt of and secretly hoped for, and literally never thought was going to be possible for me. So I'm sharing these little details with you to illustrate that what you want is really here, and it's up for us to just say yes. You know, I had to admit that I'm actually a woman who wants to have a diamond on my finger, right? And then once I was ready to do so, the ring came. And that's how it is with everything. So today's theme is connecting to spirit. Why is that so important? Because we are a threefold being, right? We are incarnated here in a material, dense energy form, in this form, human body and so forth, and it's important to take care of that. Then we have our soul. Our soul is our creativity, our artistic expression, right? The way I'm dressing today is my soul. It is an expression of my soul. I can use this as an expression of my soul. I can use what I'm doing with you as an expression of my soul. My soul lives in the connections, in my love connections, in my community, in I think my soul is the part that allows me to enjoy, you know, the beauty and the life, and enjoy everything, enjoy the conflicts, and enjoy, you know, just living in itself. And then my spirit is really my eternal part. It's the part that can anchor me, that can guide me, and that can direct me. And as we are all one, when I'm saying me, and in my post, you know, I write a lot about me, but actually, you know, we're all one, right? So what applies to me applies to you. And so today we're going to do a constellation on connecting to the spirit, and I have no idea what comes out, right? Yesterday we did one on connection to the soul, and what we learned was that we're all looking for safety and security from society, for safety and security from the society, and that's not the right place. We should be looking to our soul and to our soul for safety and security. So we made that shift yesterday collectively. And if you were there yesterday, I'm wondering if you already feel different. Constellations usually trickle out over time, right? Because we work in the very high vibrational one, in the high vibrational energy field with constellations, and it takes a while to trickle down into manifest form. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Carolyn Hauser-Carson. I'm one of the leading experts in family constellations in the world, and I'm also the creatrix of the Pleasure IQ, which is my proprietary signature system that I use to help my clients live and move into their paradigm of paradise. And I am actually taking a stand for living in paradise now, whatever that means to you. Right? It's a place where you feel good, where it's ease, love, abundance, prosperity, health, connection, and clarity on purpose, and all of that flows to you, and where you are actually organically and naturally living into the fulfillment of your full potential. Right? We'll never get there, and we'll never have our potential completely fulfilled, because it's a journey, right? Otherwise we would be done here. But paradise is a state where you are actively living the fulfillment of your potential every day, where you're doing what you came here to do, where you're receiving the compensation and the resources to do your work, and where you have time, and where your body feels good, where you have lots of love and juiciness in your life, and just feel really good, no matter what's going on around you and outside of you. Because the truth is that we don't have power over other people, we don't have power over circumstances, but we do have power over our own energetic state. And so these 9 days of healing, deep healing and energy shifting, my intention is to create an enormous quantum leap in your life if you participate. And also, if you want to talk to me and have, good morning, Petra, thank you. If you do want more of my help and want me to hold you by your hand, I obviously do mentor people, and that's how I make my living. There's a link that you can click and talk to me. And so with that, we're going to just do a quick grounding, and then I work with these colored fields. I'm too adorned today. I'm dangling everywhere. I work with these. Thanks, Bill, for clarifying. So I use these colored fields. You can just take a moment and get yourself some pieces of paper, magazines, washcloths, kitchen towels, anything that you can step onto. And also you could just sit and receive. I do a collective constellation, and at the same time, if you want to, if you know how to, if you're open to just experiencing, if you have never done it, you can also go through your individual constellation at the same time. For that, you will need the fields or something to step onto. So I'm just going to give you a minute to do so. And then we'll do our invocation, basically. I'm not going to break out in song today, but I feel like just singing, Spiritu Sancto today. So I'm inviting you to close your eyes, taking a deep breath in, letting your belly soften and exhaling, letting go of anything and everything that came before our time together this morning. I should say anything stressful, because my morning was so much fun. I'm not going to let go of that. Anything that's keeping your attention stuck in the past, just unhook yourself from that. Let's put it that way. And taking another deep breath in, letting your belly soften, and exhaling. Doing the same thing with future stuff, anything that's pulling your attention in a negative way and keeping you from being present right now, and hook yourself from that. And Corinna, I think you'll love this version, right? We've talked about this before. And then taking one more deep breath in, letting your belly soften and exhaling, arriving in this present moment. And in this present moment, I'm speaking a prayer. I'm setting the intention for deep transformation and healing. For the mending of our connection to spirit. We are part of spirit. We are made of spirit. We're one with spirit. And oftentimes we forget. But source, the divine union, the all that there is always connected to us. And so today we hold the intention of releasing anything and everything that's in the way of us. Quickly remembering, or always remembering even. Or knowing how to remember. And so with this prayer, I'm claiming our ability to do so. And I'm also claiming our celebration and our joy for having this connection. Today, I adorned myself. I decorated myself as a prayer to spirit. And so today, this work is a prayer to spirit and an offering, a thank you. And so I just let this intention in prayer be, knowing that it is carried out in joy and peace by simply saying, and so it is. Amen. Nuri's telling me my bra is showing. Good thing I have a 7-year-old watching out for me. Thank you. That's what happens when you wear short dress tops. So with that, and I knew that was going to happen, so I actually put a bra on. Could have gone worse. Today, okay, so have yourself pick up a color for yourself. So I'm going to pick the pink. For the connection, I'm going to do silver glitter. And then for spirits, we're going to go with 3 pieces actually today. I'm going to take the yellow for spirit. And as I said before, you could just sit and receive this collective movement of the soul, constellation, systemic constellation, or you could pick 3 of your own pieces, magazines, washcloths, kitchen towels, and then place them on the floor. I'm going to place them behind me on my carpet. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take the laptop this time. And you basically just place them the way it feels right intuitively, right? So don't think too much about it. Just put them on the floor. So for this collective one, spirit and source is over here. And then kind of in a triangle across is the connection and the self. And I always start by stepping onto self. And so if you're doing your own individual constellation, do that too. Step on the self and just feel into where you're looking, if you're looking at some of the other pieces or not. I'm actually looking at the connection. I'm not looking at source, spirit, divine union. To me, God is all, feminine and masculine together. So I like to call it the divine union. But sometimes that's confusing because nobody calls God the divine union. But to me, that's what it is. So I'm very aware of the connection. I'm looking at the connection. For me, that's the silver sparkle. When you're on your own field, just feel into where you're connecting to, what you're feeling, and allow the movement, see if there's anything that wants to change. What's interesting when I'm standing on the self here is, on the collective self, is that I'm not very aware of the source, God, divine union, spirit. I'm not really connecting to it. I'm connecting to the connection. So let me step onto the connection. The thing about constellations is they are kind of like, oftentimes they start out like a tangle up wool ball, and you kind of have to follow the thread. That's a really good picture actually for how they work. So in your own constellation, if you're doing it, just follow the thread and see where it leads you. If you want to step on another field or stay where you are, maybe you have to move. The connection is connecting to the pink. It's connecting to the pink, but it's also, I'm aware when I'm on this connection piece, I'm in a dilemma because I feel my right place would be closer to spirit. And I'm having a hard time being closer to spirit because of the human self pulling me close. But nevertheless, I'm going to move. I'm going to move towards the yellow, the source and spirit. And I actually want to sit at the feet of God as the connection. So I'm going to do that. I'm actually literally turning around and sitting at the feet of the yellow. And I'm asking yellow, how can I help these humans connect to you? Since I do feel like the conduit, and I feel like that's my job, but I don't quite know how I'm supposed to make this connection. And so I'm just sitting at the feet of spirit and asking. And I feel very loved, and I feel very safe and secure to come to this yellow to ask for guidance and to ask for anything actually that I need clarity. I'm going to step onto the yellow now. And so on the yellow, on spirit, it's very clear that it's not the connection's job to create the connection. It's really the pink's job to find a way. So from spirit's perspective, I am here and I have created the silver, the connection, so that humans can connect to me. I think, so my feeling is that it would be too overwhelming for humans to literally connect to me. It's beyond their understanding. So I've created something, whether it's the image of me or I've created a bridge that humans can connect to and get some kind of an understanding. Humans can't really understand me. I'm beyond understanding, right? I'm just beyond understanding. I'm beyond mind. I'm bigger than anything. I can't be comprehended because I'm so much. So, but there is a bridge that humans can connect to. And this is interesting. It's the energy. The humans can connect to my energy. They cannot understand me. They cannot comprehend me, but they can connect to my energy. And so they need to learn to connect through energy and not through mind. That's interesting. So I'm going to step back onto the silver. So the silver really is just energy. The silver is basically the universal energy that is emanating from spirit. And so I can feel myself as that now. So my job is just to emanate and to flow. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm flowing very freely from source towards everything and everywhere. So I'm going to step back on to the pink in a moment. And if you're doing your own constellation, just see how you're feeling, where you are, how you're feeling in relationship to the other pieces. If you need to step on something else, if you need to move them, if they want to come closer. If there's a message that comes to you, clarity on your own individual connection to spirit. So in general, humans are confused about how to connect to spirit. We connect to our minds when we really have to connect to the energy. That's the message that we're getting. And at the same time, as I'm speaking this, I am working with energy and shifting and really correcting this in our collective, of all of the ones that are watching and all of the ones that are connected to us. Any soul that is ready to do this, they might not even be connected to us or this medium right now, but they're ready to have this shift. So we're collectively shifting this for the people that are ready. And me as the human self, I have, good morning, Ashim. Today is all about the spirit. That's why I'm dressed in Mexican spirit adornments. So as the human self, I heard everything and I've turned towards the source and the sparkly silver energy. And it feels a little scary still for me to completely just connect. It feels like I really have to learn to connect from here, and especially around my solar plexus. So right now I'm working on shifting out of the fear of dropping out of the mind, right? We all have a lot of fear around getting out of our mind. Our mind seems safe. It seems in control. We think we understand things. We feel safe when we understand things, which is an illusion and doesn't set us free and won't help us to get into paradise. So I'm just programming my body, my energy field, and everybody's energy field to this being normal and okay and safe. And by this, I mean the connection from a different part of our body to source and spirit. So our connection, not from here, and here and here and here, right? A lot of people connect to here, but from here, energy. This is where I read energy. This is where the energy comes in and out. It's funny. Normally, I don't dress like this. I never have my. Actually, find it very uncomfortable to not have my belly covered, and for some reason, today I felt drawn to wear this dress that has exactly my solar plexus widely exposed. You just can't make this stuff up. So I can actually literally allow myself in this body to feel safe with this exposed part. So I think I'm going to actually wear this for the rest of the day and challenge myself to be comfortable. And it's funny because a lot of women around here in Mexico, for them, it's very normal to walk around like this, right? So back to the constellation. As I'm, a lot of it is nervousness. So I'm talking through the nervousness and this feels really uncomfortable being so exposed in my middle. But this is where I feel connected and apparently and obviously this is where we had to mend and heal the connection to spirit. So I'm just going to stay here for a couple more moments. And I will read your comments as soon as I get off the camera, so I can take my eyes off the camera and read your comments and respond. So just taking a few deep breaths into that area in my body to help my nervous system settle. And if you're still doing your own constellation, to see if there's another movement, if it wants to come to completion, if the pieces move closer to each other. So the connection to spirit happens through being deeply connected to our body and being deeply in our body and loving ourselves, loving our bodies. If you can, maybe walk around with that part open for today, even if it's just at home. Maybe you can wear something short and just feel how it feels to have that part of your body, I don't know if you can see it, this part of your body exposed. And then tomorrow, the fourth day of the 9 days of deep healing and energy shifting, we are going to be working on healing our connection to the divine feminine. So I'm curious to see what I'm going to feel inspired to wear. One of the fun things that I allow myself to do in the morning is to just stand in front of all my beautiful clothes and just feel what I'm drawn to and have that partly set the tone for the day. But that's just me. That's part of that's part of my paradise. I love beautiful things and clothes and dressing myself, and also being a joy for Paul in that way, because he really appreciates beauty and me when he appreciates me anyways, but it's fun to be appreciated when you're putting energy into dressing nicely. So that's part of what's really beautiful about our relationship. That's part of what I appreciate about our relationship. And again, if you'd like to talk to me, there's a link in the description, and you can just send me a private message as well. I've set a lot of time aside this week to just have conversations. I am filling the Pleasure IQ Mastermind. I'm also doing intensives with people, so there's several ways that you can work with me. Nuri lost 2 teeth in the last couple of days. One got knocked out by a dog jumping and kind of snapping at his face, and then the other one just fell out by itself. Did you just wiggle on it a lot? Yeah. So I'll be here at home tending to my son and doing sessions with all of you, ones of you that want them. And I'll be back tomorrow with Facebook Live number 4, connecting to the divine feminine. Thanks for joining me. Share this with people that you think might benefit, especially those that are stressed out and working way too hard and know that I have a big mission and need to shift something that they can actually fulfill their big mission and not burn out. And with that, we will say good. Nuri, you can say goodbye with me. We can say goodbye for today. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow, same time, same virtual space. All my love to you. Bye-bye.
Mama,
Hold on, I need to finish this.
can I have pencils?
Wow.
I need more pencils.
Did you get all of them?
Yeah. And